Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Bello Calcio. We're currently out in Japan managing Shonan Bellmare in the Japanese J-League. So today we are going to be facing off against Beijing Guoan. It is the AFC Champions League second round. Let's show you what you've missed since you've been away. So, where were we? We were at Sanfrecce Hiroshima and we beat them 5-2 in yesterday's episode. Since then, we have had a 2-0 win against Kawasaki Frontale. We scored goals from Wellington and Nago, getting a 2-0 victory on the road there. We also played against Urawa Red Diamonds again, beat them 3-1. Some top finishing here. We only had 5 shots on target, but managed to score 3 goals through Sato, Takahashi and Maxwell. Maxwell has been an absolute revelation since he has been at the club. But we do have a little bit of sad news. We all knew it was coming, but I can't understand why it's happened, really. Oh, wrong side. In the players out section, we have sold Wellington. For some reason, he come to us and said that he feels it's in his best interest, his family's best interest, to go back to Brazil. So what does he do? He moves to the J-League 2 with V. Varun Nagasaki. Of course you do. Not too sure why he chose to go there. He asked to leave. We put him on the transfer list. This team came in. Basically, his agent said, don't you dare turn it down. So we allowed him to move, and not a clue why he's gone from top of the table in J-League 1 to a team in J-League 2. But anyway, we'll never understand that decision. But he has left the club, and it means that now we are certainly financially better off. It means that when we get to replace him in the summer, it will be with a player, probably a similar kind of player. We're going to have a real good look at what we can do with the money that will be available. In terms of the J-League itself, we are now sat 15 points clear at the top of the table. Not too sure what has happened to the teams in behind us. We have kept winning games. Tokyo, Yokohama, Kashima Antlers and Urawa Red Diamonds are well off the pace. And I think really we are heading towards when we win the title rather than if we win the title. But first, before we concentrate on the J-League, we have this middle column here, which is the AFC Champions League. And today we have this game against Beijing. Let's show you the starting lineup that we're going to be putting out. Okay then, so with Wellington leaving and Elianusi leaving, that meant that when the registration for the Champions League was done, we had both of those on the list. It now means that we are missing both of those players. We are also unable to register players, which means that Maxwell can't start. So we do have a little bit of a crisis up front. We're not too sure if the players that are there are going to be able to replicate Wellington and his goals, but we're going to give it a good go as we face off against Beijing. And the lineup we're going to put out is Hotta in goal. Where is Graka? Graka is away on international duty. Of course, he is. Completely slipped my mind. Got called up for Cape Verde, played for Cape Verde, so he's another one that is not in the team. So we are going to have Hotta in goal, Takahashi, Ono, Oiwa, and Okamoto at the back. We've got Miyuki, Barada, and Nago, which is a sound midfield. And then we have Machida, Ohashi, and Aikida up front. Hopefully, there's enough goals in this game to fire us into the next round of the AFC Champions League. Here we go then. Beijing are setting up with a 4-2-3-1, so pretty much the same type of system that we are used to facing week in, week out, with players behind the ball. And we are setting up with our usual 4-3-3. So we are going to look to attack through the middle. No real wide or width in our attacks, but they are going to be attacking us around the outside. So hopefully that midfield 3 are going to be able to thwart any attacks that are coming down the sides of the pitch. But we are starting off early with a corner, and Barada swings it in. Machida now picks it up outside the box, plays to Ono, plays to Oiwa. Nago's on the ball. I thought for a second he was going to unleash a shot. Instead, he runs into the box. He's now going to run out of the box, turns back, plays to Akida, plays it back to Nago. Somebody needs to be having a shot. So if he could cross this in, which he can, Barada's there with a header. It gets blocked by a defender before it goes to the net. Goalkeeper was scrambling, so I think it definitely was on target. Fortunately, it looked like it hit somebody on the back of the head, so the player didn't even probably know that he'd blocked the ball. But unfortunately for us, it doesn't end up in the net. So not a lot happening in terms of chances, but Beijing are going to pop up with one here. And let's see what happens. They've spread the play across. Like I said, they were looking to get around the outsides of us. Did it successfully that time, but luckily for us, that shot was only straight at Hotter in goal. So what can he do with the ball now? He looks to play it short, and we're going to go to Ono. And he's going to bring it forwards to Takahashi. And Barada, he's going to play it to Nago, who plays to Ohashi. And all of a sudden, we've gone from back to front. If Okamoto can get this ball right, he swings it in. There's Machida at the back post. It hits the underside of the crossbar, the inside of the post, and doesn't cross the goal line. That there, I thought was going to be the moment we took the lead. Unfortunately for us, the ball just stays out and doesn't cross the line. And now Beijing are looking to build themselves an attack. Try to step up close, intercept the ball there, but can't get it. And they're knocking it about quite nicely. Again, this is where I was saying about the width of what we do face most of the time is those wingers and the players trying to get around the outsides of us. And they've got inside us this time. I do not know what the goalkeeper is doing here. If we go back and look at this replay after they score, Hotter is stood all the way across one side of the goal, basically saying to the player, shoot over that side and you'll score. And that's exactly what he's done. So Piao Cheng gets it inside. Zhang Zizi has just passed the ball into the other side of the goal where Hotter is not standing. Questionable goalkeeping there, and that is another position I think we might need to look at. We have our first choice goalkeeper away, and we had a free kick there that was swung in. Goalkeeper saved it, forced him a Machida, and the ball is blasted away. So we've created enough in this first half, and we've had the chances. Unfortunately, we didn't have the ball cross the line when we needed it, and Beijing have got the goal. They are going to have one more attack before half time, it seems. It's 2 minutes of added on time, and the ball comes out here on the left hand side. It's crossed into the middle, and there's a man running on. Oh my gosh, Anderson has scored with a header that's hit the underside of the crossbar and the inside of the post. And luckily for them, it has gone across the line. So things are looking pretty grim in terms of our qualification for the Champions League in this game. Anderson's header there. Hotter tries to get up, can't get high enough to get the ball, and it's barely gone across the line. In fact, the ball's ended up outside of the goal afterwards, and we are looking at going out of the Champions League. So we're going to make a few changes at half time because we have players that are absolutely out on their feet. So Shibata is going to come on for Barada, and I think we need a centre back really. Kobayashi can come on in place of Ono, just to see if that can give us a set of fresh legs at the back and hopefully hold off the attacks that are going to be coming in the second half, because really we need a goal from somewhere. So we are positive at the moment. It's do or die. We're going to go attacking and see what happens. But Beijing are running riot. They're in again into the box, and Hotter can't keep that one out. And Zhang Zhai has scored a third goal for Beijing, and they now look to be in complete control of the tie, which is disappointing because we had that chance early on. If Machida's shot hits the underside of the bar, the inside of the post, and goes the other side of the line like Anderson's did, I think this is a very different game. And as it happens, 48 minutes on the clock, we are 3-0 down, and it probably goes to show that we need, well, certainly we needed to have been able to register Maxwell. That would have been a big help. But I think we need some strikers in the summer to replace Wellington. But we're going to have a go, it seems. Miyuki's on the ball. He finds Takahashi. He's pulling out to the left-hand side. Is he going to cross it? He plays it to Shibata. We're passing it around, and Nago's had a shot. It's been deflected by the defender. And that is kind of what's been happening in our attacks. We had it in the first half where the cross came in. It hit the back of the defender. They've got one player always in the right place at the right time to stop us with our attacks. And sometimes you just can't do anything about it. Although Anderson has now gave the ball straight to Machida. He's going to turn and run at his man. He crosses the ball in. There's Nago, probably one of the shortest players to look at on the pitch. He's got up above everybody though. He's headed the ball into the far corner. Why aren't we going and getting this ball and putting it back on the spot? There's half an hour left in the game and we have a goal all of a sudden. Come from an error from Anderson. He set up Machida. And as Machida's got in down the left-hand side, pinpoint cross has found Nago, who's got a run on the defenders, heads it across goal into the far post, and we have a goal back, so maybe all is not lost. do have another set of legs to bring on. So let's do that. We have got Ishihara, who's going to come on for Machida, who looks like he is running himself out. So let's see if a fresh pair of legs up front can't help us with trying to get back into the game. It's a long shot, but there's 23 minutes left, and surely if we push on and force them into errors like we have just done, we could get back into the game. But I suppose it's a balancing act of trying to get back into it ourselves and not give goals away at the back, which is what's been happening. Also means that Hotter has finally come up with a great save. He has been questionable in this game so far, but that is a brilliant save from distance. It means Beijing have a corner though. They're going to swing it in at the near post, goes over the bar, and it is out for a goal kick. So let's see what happens when we build up from the back. We're going to play forwards here with Okamoto, Zanego. Akidu is on the ball to Okamoto. Is there a ball going forwards that's not somebody who is marked? Shibata tries to ball out to Okamoto, wins it, but he can't get it forward to any of the attackers. And Beijing looks to be on the attack again. So they're knocking it about now. Tries the ball inside. We've got a man there who could go and get the ball, but he doesn't take it. My gosh, Zhang Zhaiji has scored another goal, and this really probably has killed the game off. I don't know why the defender who is on the outside, so it's got to be Takahashi. No, it's gonna be Okamoto, isn't it? Because he's the right back. Why doesn't he just come across there, tackle the player halfway towards the goal, but instead he allows the shot to go. Hotter can't get down and stop it. And it just shows that we, A, rely on Gracker heavily, and B, need a proper backup goalkeeper in case Gracker is called away for international duty. Because again, now Beijing are on the ball, and it looks like they are going to be attacking once more into the box. Stop, turn, passes it back. That's hit the crossbar. Could have fallen to a green shirt. Luckily for us, it fell to a white shirt. We have kicked it clear. It's only a corner though, and they're going to swing this corner in. Zhang Zhaiji swings it in. Anderson with the header. Hotter collects the ball. I guess this is one of those where we learn just because your squad is good domestically doesn't mean it's going to be good. Like in I was going to say European games, but not managing in Europe. So in the AFC Champions League, it doesn't mean that your squad is going to match up with every single team. I think we've given it a good go, but I do think we need a bit of squad depth, and certainly losing those two players with the experience may have hurt us a little bit. Hopefully it's not a sign of things to come in terms of the lack of goals, because we've conceded another one, and this is absolutely a battering. So disappointing, this 83 minutes on the clock, but it definitely shows up that the squad can still be strengthened. I know we're running away with the J League at the moment, but I think there's room for improvement. We can only get better. We have that good handful of youngsters that are in the under-21s, and we also took on some of the English Premier League released players. So if any of them can come good in their development, I think we're going to have a good squad anyway. But I think there's still going to be some money to spend in the winter in Japan, would be the summer in England. But and again, blocks on the line. Their defending in this game has been so good. Sometimes I wish I could get a copy of the computer's tactics and just defend that well, because when I play systems like this, sometimes the defending looks to be all over the place. I'd love to know what their setup actually is. But unfortunately for us, it's disappointment, a 5-1 defeat out in China. We come away from Beijing with absolutely nothing. Yeah, not much to say about that really, other than that was a terrible performance. We are certainly lacking the international players. Wellington, well, we're lacking Gracker in goal. Wellington and Elianusi are big misses as well. And I suppose if we could have registered a few more players for the competition, then maybe it would have made a difference. But still, a 5-1 defeat is not what we're used to in this save. So we are going to look to bounce back pretty quickly. That is actually the first game we have lost in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. First loss in 9 games, so cannot complain at all. So looking at the schedule, we have the Emperor's Cup 4th round to come, and then we start playing the game of when will we win the league, with a 15-point gap here. I think we'll go to Shimizu S-Pulse. We'll get them on the channel. We haven't played a game against them on camera yet, I don't think. And it also means then that there is 4 games left of the season, and hopefully around that point we're going to be looking at winning the league. So for this one, I'm going to start wrapping it up here. Firstly, though, if you're still at this point of the video, you've enjoyed today's episode and the content that's on the channel, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to help the channel out. I appreciate everybody that takes the time to do that. But if you've already done that, we're going to move on. And tomorrow, if you come back and join us, we'll be playing against Shimizu S Pulse as we look to close out our first J-League